Hello everyone, welcome to the stream. It's been a little while. My hair is, as always, a little messy. That's fine. So, how is everyone doing? I hope you're having a really nice Sunday. It's sunny out here. It's really nice, a really nice day, and it's good to be back. Yeah, it's been a little while since my last stream, which was on Tuesday. That was my last stream. Let me check the audio really quick. That was my... Yep, all good. So yeah, I have been a little inactive lately. So that's because I was traveling and I had, yeah, a little holiday basically. And yeah, so my streamings were a bit inactive. And yeah, so YouTube is always throwing some warnings about the bitrate. Let me check this really quick. What's this? Okay. Okay. Anyways, so basically my weeks have been a little busy because, well, I was traveling and then I had to make up for all of the time I was away in my main job. So there's that. And yeah, so today is the first day I found the time to do a stream. So yeah, and I think after today we are going back to normal, I hope. I don't want to promise, to make promises, but basically yeah, from today and onwards we should be able to do the regular schedules, which is basically Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. So that's my my goal with the schedule, although it's not like really strictly how do I put this? So it's not that I will always stream on those days, but those are the days that I can stream the majority of the weeks. So the idea is that basically I will be streaming on those days. Sometimes it can happen that, for example, on Wednesday I can't stream because I have to do something else, then I can stream, and that week I would only stream on Monday, Friday, and Saturday. So that's what I'm trying to say basically. So yeah, it's like a tentative schedule, which I try to stick to every week. But yeah. So enough with that. We are going to go back to working on Voyager. Although I have been making some really good progress on my stream overlay, my new stream layout and overlay and format. It's really nice. I'm really close to getting that done, basically. So it means that really soon I will be changing all my overlay, and yeah, that will be great. I want to, so of course, sorry, of course, maybe the first stream is going to be like more like a test stream to test everything, because it's I mentioned previously that I am making the overlay in Unity, which is really cool, because it allows me to do like whatever I want with everything. I have like much more flexibility to do a lot of things, and that's awesome. But well, I have to test some stuff because I'm running everything through Unity. I am not using Streamlabs or Stream Elements or any of that. I am basically using StreamerBot, which is an app that lets you grab all of the data and stats and everything from Twitch or YouTube or many platforms, and basically it reads all of the things that happen, for example, followers or follower count, or all of these things you can do in Stream Elements or Streamlabs. But you have like the raw data, so you can do whatever you want with that. And then I'm running all of that, which is all of that info, that data, like follower count, last follower, viewer count, alerts for like new follows or new subscribers. All of that is being basically processed in like through StreamerBot, and then Unity reads all of that, and I do stuff with the information. And yeah, so I don't really know if that's going to work. I have seen, well, also the chat, I was able to integrate the Twitch chat into Unity too, so that's amazing. So yeah, I'm basically programming everything myself, like the overlay and all of this stuff, like processing all of the raw information, all of the raw data that comes from Twitch, and then doing stuff with it. So yeah, so yeah, like there's a chance some stuff could break. So yeah, the first stream with the new setup is going to be like a test stream, and I'm sure we will have to do some stuff. There will be some bugs and glitches, and we will have to fix some stuff, but it's okay. It is what it is. And yeah, so so yeah, basically that's the news about the new overlay. Also, before I transition into my new setup, I will also be updating my Twitch channel, like banner, and my, what's that called, like the panels with the info, like from about me, and then Voyager, and I will add some panels for that. And of course that's going to be in the same style as the overlay and everything. So I'm basically doing a rebrand. I'm also going to update my Neptosmic page, official page, and we'll also use the same style. And the great thing is that I'm making everything myself on Figma. I can show you a little bit. So this is how it looks. For example, the intro. This is the main scene where I work. I did some couple iterations on this. This is the Be Right Back, a couple samples, then a full screen version, and then the outro, of course. So I can use all of this and create like assets for my banners and stuff. I can even create my the design of the Neptosmic official page right here. So that's amazing. That's really cool. And I want to have everything like updated and like everything in the same style, in the same format, like a new brand, basically rebranding. So yeah, I don't know how much time that's going to take, but yeah, I suppose maybe next month I will be migrating to the new setup, maybe. But for now, we're going to keep using the classic overlay, pixel overlay, which is fine. And yeah, so wow, I've been talking for like 10 minutes straight about this, and yeah. Okay, so, and one other thing, last thing, is that what this allows me to is that since it's all made in Unity, I can expand that like as much as I want. That's amazing, because if I want to add a new scene, for example, in the future or at some point, I would like to have a scene for retro gaming. So sometimes maybe I will be playing some retro games. I really love playing retro games. In fact, I play more retro games than I play like modern games. And I will also play some new games too, sometimes like occasionally. And yeah, I can update my overlay anytime I want, and it's really flexible and scalable, basically. So that's amazing. So now moving on to Voyager. So let me show you really quick what we were doing. Give me one moment. So, gizmo testing. So, okay. So I basically have to hit play here, and I can show you what was basically our work. I will basically do a recap on what we have been working for the past month, I would say. Well, yeah, which is the constellation refactoring. Basically, I'm refactoring all of the constellation system because like it was it was different before, and for the new design of the universe and the game in general, I had a new idea for creating a new system for the constellations, and the constellations themselves have a new what's the word? Like a new purpose, basically. They are not only like well, before in the game you basically traveled through the star field. Let me just, I can show you a really quick video and just explain what it was like before. So this is the very first video I did. This is really fun. yeah, this is the very first video I did. Voyager. That's really cute. So, what's this? Yeah. So. So yeah, basically, you can see like this is what the starfield was like before. Okay, so it was like just a starfield that you could navigate through indefinitely. So it was infinite, and basically maybe this one, okay, maybe this one would show everything. Yeah, so that's what we had before I started refactoring everything. So I didn't have like a solid idea of what I wanted to do with this. Like, the game was basically this: you have the starfield, you hit play, and then you have this, then you can move forward, and then you select one star. Okay, so you first stop. Okay, when you stop, a constellation will be revealed to you. Okay, so in this case, this is the constellation, and then you could select any of the stars that were part of this constellation. So then you select one of the stars, you go into this menu, which basically showed you how many planets, like some basic information about the star, which each star is a planetary system. Okay, like the solar system, the sun is our star. Okay, in this case, this star is the sun of these planets. So anyways, this will show you some basic information about the star. Then you could travel into that star, then you hit travel. Okay, then this little animation plays, and then you are inside that star, inside the planetary system. Okay, so so sorry. So basically, that was the only purpose of the constellations back then. So I already had the idea that the constellation, like the connection between the stars. So this, let me show you here, here. So this, the purpose of the connection is still the same in my head. Like the idea is the same, that those stars are connected, and those connections are basically routes. Okay, so you could go from this star to this one or to this one, but not to this one, because there's not a connection between those two. There's not like a direct connection between these two stars. Okay, so then when you travel, like you go into the star, okay, you're inside the star, the planetary system, and from here and onwards, the idea is pretty much the same. You have like, well, I want to like rework on this too. Like I want to do a complete rework, a new idea basically to this, because this is how you navigate from planet to planet. Before you basically open like the planetary system terminal, that's how I called it, and then you could select any of the planets that are in that planetary system, and then you basically see one, like a little animation, and then you get into the planet's orbit. Okay, so now you're orbiting the planet, has like a procedural name, and then From here, this was also implemented, but I never made a video. You could land into the planet, so you pressed down, you hold down, and then it will basically do another animation of the ship going into the planet, okay? And that's it. So then you go into the planet, and you, when you're in the planet, you are in the main gameplay section of the game, okay? So this will be the main section where you will spend the most time on, I think, because like well, I don't really know yet, because one of my ideas is that in the planetary system, like when you're inside a star, you can navigate freely with your ship in that space, okay? So you are going to be in the ship, in your starship, and you can navigate anywhere, and basically you will have some kind of hyperspeed to go faster into any planet, basically. But I don't really know, like, yet if I want to do that. I don't have like a solid idea of that yet, but what I have a really solid idea right now is the constellation thing. So right now, our new idea for going into, like, for traveling into a constellation, into other stars, or into another constellation is completely different right now. So okay, so I feel like I'm struggling a little bit to talk, which is fine, but I feel like I have to practice a bit more. It's been like a couple weeks since I've since I have streamed, so yeah, I need to practice a bit more and get used to streaming and talking in English again. But it's fine, I can keep it simple for this stream. Basically, my idea with the new like universe system is basically the mechanic for navigating through each section of the game. Okay, so this is what we did in the first couple of streams. I was basically doing nothing on Unity. I was only like trying to design stuff like the core mechanics of the game. So these mechanics define what the player will be doing in each of the sections of the game. So in the starfield and constellations, player travels from constellation to constellation. That's the longest travel distance, okay? Then you can only travel to another constellation if you have the exact coordinates. Collect coordinate fragments from different observatories on planet. Synthesize the fragments to obtain the final coordinates to the constellation. Okay, so that's how you travel from constellation to constellation. Okay, so like I showed before, you were able to like navigate freely forward in the starfield and then like stop and then see the constellation, and you could choose if you want to go into any of the stars. But right now the idea is that you where's my, oh yeah, I closed it. Okay, it's no problem. Like I have a file for oh, this is a draft. Okay, I have to create like a, anyways, so this is the core gameplay loop. okay? So basically, when you start a new game, you wake up in a strange planet. So that means that you are going to be in a random planet that's inside a random star, that's inside a random constellation, that's inside, well, a new universe, okay? So then you explore the planet until you get your ship. So this is basically when you get your ship, you explore, destroy enemies, restore planet's freedom, refuel starship, okay? So that's the core loop, okay, on planet. Then from here you can jump into any of this, which is basically go to next planet in the current star and do the same. Then the other option is to go to next star in the current constellation, and then the other option is to go to next constellation. That's basically the core loop of the game, okay? So that's what you're going to be doing until you finish the game. So how do you finish the game? You have to find the inverted mirror and then travel to the alternate dimension and destroy the Victorialis fortress. That's basically the idea, okay? And yeah, so basically that's what's described here, okay? So there's a couple things I did not define yet, but we're right now working on the constellation. So this is what I ended up doing, which is creating a new definition for the constellation. I created a new class for the constellation. So I had to refactor a lot of things, like a ton of things I had to refactor in order to make this work. So basically right now a constellation has a couple of properties, okay? So one of the things, one of the properties a constellation has is, in fact, let me just open this up, okay? So this is from like another stream where I was explaining something to a viewer. But yeah, so basically this is like all of the process we went through when basically coding how the constellations get created. So let me just explain really quick. So constellations have a fixed amount of stars, okay, so a fixed number of stars, which goes from 3 to 7, so 3 being like the minimum amount of stars and 7 the maximum amount, okay? So that's one thing. And then the constellation has connections between stars, okay? And the final thing is the constellation has a coordinate, okay? So the star count is defined by this. This is what we did. The stars count is defined procedurally using this probability distribution curve. Okay, so this is basically saying that this is probability going from 0 to 100%, and then this is the amount of stars. Okay, so this curve means that 3-star constellation and 7-star constellation are going to be the less common type of constellation that you can find, okay? Making this the middle numbers, so 4, 5, 6, and being 5 the most common star constellation type, okay? So that's one thing, which is great. We did this because we are going to be creating the constellations procedurally, but also we want to have some kind of control of over some of the data, okay? So this is one thing. And then the other thing we did is define how the constellation creates the positions of each star inside the constellation, inside the space, okay? So there's a given space, okay? And then we quantize the space, it's like a grid, and then we coded, basically, we programmed a little algorithm to make the stars get like a random position, and we did some stuff to avoid getting patterns like this. For example, we don't want this, which is like not good for a constellation. It's going to look like weird. So yeah, basically we did like an algorithm for that, which is working really nicely. And then we did another thing, which is another algorithm for making the connection between the stars, okay? So making the connections feel organic and unique, okay? So yeah, basically we we finished doing this, basically, which was like coding all of the constellation code for creating a procedural constellation. Of course, in the future I can add more stuff into the constellation. So for example, we can say like we can add a new property to the connection itself, which is a class. Star connection is a class. So this right now only has like the information of which stars are in the connection. So in this case it's this one and this one, so that's the information these connections have. But also we can add in the future something related to some kind of mechanic we want to add. So we can say, for example, a star connection is like easier or harder, or like needs a certain amount of fuel, or like, for example, in this case, this connection is really long, you can see, compared to this one is shorter. So in this case, for example, we can say, okay, so this to travel from this star to this one, you need a certain amount of fuel in the starship, but going from this one to this one, you need like a lot more fuel, because it's like 3 times bigger than this one. So that's another thing, okay? So yeah, that's something we can do in the future, okay? But right now we have everything we need for going into the next step, which is finish refactoring the Starfield code, the Starfield system, which I'm going to explain in a little bit. But first I want to show you how the constellation generation is working. So if I press this, I will get a new constellation, okay, which is awesome. Okay, so sometimes we have we get like a really weird bug where like a star can get orphaned and like with no connection to any of the other stars, which is like, it's a bug, of course, because like that's not the idea, but the good thing is that I can use that like as an excuse to create a new mechanic, which will be, or like a feature, I'm not sure what the term is, but for example, we can say, okay, so there's one star that is not connected to the constellation. It's like the connection is really weak, for example, and you have to do something about it to fix that connection. And then it's like a route, okay, like a path, and you have to fix it. and in order to be able to travel there. And then that star will have some special things, like it's going to be like some kind of an abandoned star, for example. It's a cool idea. It's a cool idea. So anyways, you can see here, like, I'm creating a new constellation from scratch, completely procedural. Okay, so there's a couple properties you can see. So for example, the star count is all the time changing, so the number you're going to see the most is 5. Of course, you can see sometimes some 4 or 6 stars constellations. Okay, then for example, this is a 6-star constellation. This is a 7-star. This is a rare one. Okay, uncommon type. And you can see the shape of the constellation is really interesting. I really like how this algorithm is connecting the stars. I'm really proud of this. So that's amazing, and you can see all the time I get like a really unique shape of the constellation. And yeah, so that's basically the idea. This one is really interesting. So you have like this lonely star here, and then you have all of this pretty much connected between each other. So it's really interesting. Right now we have this, and also the other thing we did, the last thing we worked on is the coordinate, which is basically the data we need, like the player needs this coordinate in order to be able to travel into the constellation. Okay, so when you are in a star, in a planetary system, you can go, you need to go into space. Okay, sorry. So you need to go into space, and then from there you can go into another star. So let's say you are in this star. From here you can go here to this star or to this one. So if you want to go here, you have to go first here, then here, and then here. Okay, so that's the idea, that this, like, the constellation is going to be like your world map. Okay, to use like a more general term. And yeah, so basically you need to my idea is that you ideally would need to go and explore all of the stars in order to get like the data for another constellation, like the coordinate for another constellation. So how do you get the coordinate for another constellation? That's by observing the sky, basically stargazing with a telescope. Okay, so when you're in a planet, you can find observatories, and you can also find, for example, NPCs or little like villages where they have telescopes. Okay, so when you use a telescope to stargaze, basically you're going to find at some point a constellation. Okay, so when you find a constellation with the telescope, you are going to get somehow, I haven't thought about this yet, but somehow you're going to get a fragment of the coordinate. Okay, so the coordinate of a star, of a constellation is composed of 4 fragments. You can see it here, and each fragment can be discovered or not. So here you can see the complete coordinate only has one of the fragments discovered, okay? So the other ones you have to basically discover them, and for that you need to do like collect all of the fragments, okay? So once you collect this and then collect this, and you have the complete coordinate, and then you can input that into your starship in order to travel to that constellation, okay? So that's the only way you can go into other constellations, okay? So that's basically like a long-term goal. Like it's kind of like going to I'm going to use Minecraft as an example. So when you go into another constellation, it's like going to the Nether, where you have to find obsidian and basically create the portal, and then you can go into the Nether. Okay, so in Minecraft that's relatively easy, but here it's not going to be that easy. It's not going to be that trivial. You will have, so for the idea is that you have to basically go and explore like 80% of the constellation, okay? So if you start here, you have to explore like at least 80% of the stars to get like the coordinate, the complete coordinates, and basically that's going to be your way of going to another coordinate. But the thing is that each star is going to have like a number of planets between 2 and 4, I think, maybe more, I don't know, but the idea is that that you have to explore a lot, so you will have enough gameplay inside one constellation. So yeah, and basically then to use Minecraft as an example again, your end game goal is basically which will be equivalent to going to the end and killing the dragon in Minecraft. The equivalent to that in my game is basically going into the alternate dimension, which that's like a provisory name. But basically you go into the alternate dimension and you have to find the Victorialis fortress, and then you have to destroy like the brain or something like that, kind of like inspired in Metroid. And then that's your end game goal. That's like a really long term goal, because in order to find the coordinates for the inverted mirror, you need to defeat bosses. And to find bosses, you have to find planets that are 80% or more, like level 80 or higher of corruption, of like dominated by the Victorialis. And those planets are going to be really dangerous and not easy to go to. So yeah, basically that's the idea. That's how I plan to lock the player into doing things in a linear way. Although you can do whatever you want, kind of like in an RPG way, but if you want to follow the main goal of the game, you have to do all of these things. So back to what I was showing you in the constellation, you can see like when we create like a procedural constellation, not only we get like a random amount of stars, we also get a random positioning of the stars, and we also get a random shape of the like random connections between the stars, which is amazing. This is awesome. So okay, so for example, we can have we can get this, which it's really interesting. So right now this is a bug. This should not happen because I don't have like so for example, if you start here, there's no way you could go here or here. So like the right thing to do would be to fix this, and I have like an idea of how to fix this. But right now I kind of want to go into the next step, since I already have this ready. And you can see, well, I was showing that the shapes and everything, but also we have this defined. So the coordinate is already created, so you can see like the fragments are created already, but what is procedural is how much of the coordinates, like how many fragments are discovered. So if you get this, for example, you're really lucky, because like that means you only need to find one fragment of the coordinate and then you can go. So we get this again here. So I'm saying like this is really common, and that's fine, but yeah, I will have to fix this at some point. I will write this as a new task to fix it. So yeah. But right now we don't need to bother with that. So yeah, right now we have this, and now I'm going to explain how the star field is supposed to work, okay? So basically, right now, if I hit play, I think this is going to be really broken. Okay, it's not. That's fine. Okay, but if I press forward, nothing happens. Okay, so yeah. Basically, what I need to do right now is this. So let me, so let me just first, I can, since we finished all of this, I can just do this, okay? And right now, we have these tasks. But I need to add a new task here, okay? To say constellation generation, and here I need to say, what was that? I heard something. Okay, anyways. Basically, this is going to be, so star connection can sometimes generate okay. So this is not like something in the backlog. This should go into the bugs thing. Okay, not here, here, okay. So, perfect. So that's one bug I need to fix. And also I was thinking about like redoing all of this and only having like the backlog, and for example having one list for each of the systems and things. So for example, like instead of having everything as a task here, like console, main menu, blah blah, each one of these, for example dialogue system, weather system, biome system, all of that would be its own list, which could be really useful. So, but yeah, right now I have it like this, which is okay for now. But yeah, let's go here right now and yeah, so we have Starfield refactoring. For the Starfield system, okay, create the constellation properties. Let me see what's this. When we start traveling there, listen to the Starfield event to start creating the constellation once arrived. Create all of the stars properties for the stars that this constellation contains. Okay. Okay. So yeah, the first thing I need to do, and this is what we are going to do now. Well, after I take a break, I'm going to take a quick break in a minute, but what we are going to do is this, the new navigation behavior. Starfield script receive a constellation coordinate and travels there automatically. So that's what we are going to be doing. And then fire event for when it starts traveling to constellation and for when it arrives. So yeah, we're going to see all of this, how we're going to do this when I get back from my break. So yeah, I will be right back. I'm back. Okay, so I don't have much time left to stream. I'm a bit tired, honestly, but I will try to get through some of this at least. I will maybe stream for another hour or half an hour, I don't know, but we'll see. Right now I am a bit tired, so yeah. But anyways, let's try to get through this for a little bit. And yeah, so basically, let's see. Okay, so is this on? Okay, why? Why is this like not on 0, 0? That's really weird. Anyways, okay, so oh yeah, I think I moved this. Yeah, maybe I moved this. Yeah, I see what's happening. Okay, so that's how it's supposed to look like. Let's revert this. Okay, so let's go into okay, first I have this object which is Starfield and has the Starfield script. Okay, so why is this not updated? Maybe I didn't yeah, Starfield. Okay, Starfield system. So yeah, I need to update this class name to Starfield system. Yeah, Starfield system. Okay, so perfect. So right now okay, spawn rate, max visible Z. Okay, so we have this, right? We have the Starfield. Okay, we also have this astronaut input, which yeah, I think this. Okay, wait a minute. So does this have some kind of input? Yeah, right now it's not using the. Yeah. So if I uncomment this, I'm going to get this error. Okay, so astronaut input. I think, yeah, like, I think I should have some kind of prefab for astronaut input. So let's go into this astronaut, not armory, but astronaut, and then scripts, and then I'm going to create a new thing called astronaut input. Okay, which is going to be to have this script. Okay, then this is going to be a prefab. Okay, and then I can go and say just use this. Okay, and yeah, this could be whatever, but basically yeah, this is great to have this like this, that. So sprite, behavior, colliders. I think I should also have, so here, yeah, I have the astronaut input right here, which is, I think it's fine, but I like having everything as like a separate object, because it's like easier to find. So I'm just going to remove this, and then I'm going to go here and drag this here, and that's it. So then here I can go and say this, and that's basically it. Okay, so it's basically the same thing, but now we have a prefab for this. And why is this useful? Well, this is useful because some sections or some menus or some scenes will need input for, like astronaut input, which is basically player input. Okay, I have a class for input controller, which defines some actions and stuff and fires events basically. And the idea is that, well, for example, I have so that class has actions defined, and then the idea is that that class was made so there could be other classes that inherit from that and control the actions, like the actions execution or fire the input events in different ways. So for example, astronaut input, which is this basically is using rewired, like the input system to read the inputs from the user. Okay, so the keyboard or the controller or mouse, all of that is basically being read from this. So astronaut input is basically reading inputs from the computer, so from the user. But then I have other inputs, like other classes. I think it's virtual brain, that you can see inherits from input controller too. And this is to basically, yeah, I will have to refactor all of this, but basically this is basically doing inputs based on AI. So basically I have a system, a logic for AI that chooses to do certain inputs automatically, so procedurally. So this is for enemies and stuff like that. So yeah, so that's virtual brain. Anyways, I derailed for a little bit, but it's okay. So now back to this. I need to have like an input reference from the player, because otherwise we would not be able to control some of the things. So okay. So let's see. So constellation system. Okay, let's go first to starfield system. Okay, so let's see what we have here. Okay, in the code. So manage decoration stars. Okay, so this is fine because the starfield should be the one taking care of like the starfield itself, like the stars going through. Okay, so this is going to be one thing. Navigate through stars. Okay, so I think this one could go, this can go basically, Yep. So yeah, this stars movement. Okay, so I think this should be moved elsewhere, but for now it's fine. Then stars movement. Okay, so this is what makes the stars move. Okay, that's fine. Then constellation. Okay, so this is one of the things that needs to be moved into the constellation system script. Okay, create constellation, hide constellation, blah blah. Okay. Okay, so I do have a couple things here already, but let's see here. Okay, so constellation, nearby stars dot clear. Okay, so do I have that? Yeah, I do have this, and I think I need that, but I don't think I have to clear anything. Stars count 0, nearby stars count, blah blah blah. Okay, then nearby stars, starfield constellation, minimum stars needed. Okay, so you know what? I think that maybe, yeah. So what I need a couple things, okay? I need to be able to, first of all, like the main thing is this script should have a method for receiving a coordinate and traveling to that coordinate, okay? So basically this, I think it's not needed. Start hovering by user. Okay, so this could be useful. So this is how I basically go select each star, and I'm basically, yeah, doing that with the Starfield UI. But I think this should not be here, I think. Yeah, and also, you know what? I think I can even just remove this. I'm seriously thinking about like removing everything and just doing everything from scratch. Like everything, like that's not this, so the stars movement and all of that. Yeah, set decoration star. Yeah, so yeah, you know what, I'm going to remove this. If stars the transform position that z is okay, nearby stars z range, I have no idea what that is. Well, I have some idea, like, but Starfield constellation, maximum stars needed. Let me just also remove this too. Stars movement, okay, is invisible bounds. I do have this to, because I'm thinking right now that one thing I would need is once you go into a new constellation, you will see like the star field and how you go and blah blah. But when you stop, okay, when you stop, you will have like other stars that are not connected to the constellation, like those are like neighbor stars, let's say, and those stars, like they can be whatever, because like the important thing is the constellation itself, but maybe I want to save the state of how every star looks like in that, like around the constellation. So like it's not important, but I think it's like a detail that I don't think that's going to like be something that takes a lot of time, so I can do that. Okay. But yeah, so this is basically when I press horizontal, any axis like movement, any direction on the keyboard or on the controller or anything. Basically what this does is just selects a star within the constellation, but I think that's like whatever. I can do that from scratch too. Ship stopped, blah blah blah. Okay, that's whatever. We also have this load data and save data, and we're going to leave this for now. Load from save, blah blah blah, new starfield properties. So I think we should do this for now. Okay. So just create a new starfield properties every time. Okay, that's great. And then we have, okay, so we have this, okay, which is being used by this method. Okay. Then we have travel to star. Okay, so that's another thing. When you travel into one of the stars in the constellation. Okay, so that's one thing. But I also think this should be inside constellation system, because that's something that's important to the constellation, I think. So yeah. Stars pivot. Yeah, I think finish creating data, save data, game engine, blah blah blah. Okay, so I'm just going to comment this, okay, and we'll leave it for later because that's not the thing we're doing right now. We also have this all screen sectors, and yeah, I think this should be something that goes somewhere around here, okay? And then we can do this, okay? Actual velocity, okay, so yeah, okay. So I think I should receive the velocity. Let's see this for a moment. So this velocity transform position plus equals blah blah blah. Okay, okay. So yeah, I should receive the velocity. Okay, or speed I should say, but it's whatever. And then use it there. Okay. So that's one thing. And then we have this, manage decoration stars, okay? So I think all of this should be in the same method. Like I could have only one method for managing like all of the stars. So I could do like encounter reaches one, spawn new screen of stars. Okay, so let's just what's the error? Okay, so this needs like a velocity thing. So Okay, I can't. So let's say this. Okay. So, okay. Also, you know what? I think this should be called move stars. Move decoration stars. Okay, and then you pass in the velocity. Okay. So what's the velocity? The velocity is, I have no idea. So I should just test some values and then we will see what's useful and what's not useful. Okay. So nearby stars see range. So this was being used. Oh yeah. I think, yeah. So I think I know what this is. So this is basically a range I define for like the stars that like if stars were within this range, it means that they are close to the camera basically. So yeah. Okay, screen range. What's this? Okay, is that being used anywhere? Screen range, I don't think so. So I have no idea where I was using this, and I'm afraid I could have removed something that I shouldn't have removed. Okay, let's check. So Starfield system. So here, can I just open this? What's this? Side by side, show entire, blah blah blah. Can I just double click this? No. Open. Okay, whatever. So somewhere here, I must have used the, how's the name? This screen range. So where did I use screen range? And what's screen range? This is screen size multiplied by screen radius. What's this? I have no idea what this is. Can I do this? Okay. Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know where I was using this, and I have no idea where I was using, like, what was the purpose of this? Screen radius. What the hell, man? Screen radius 0.4. What the hell, man? Can I just copy all of this and just do this like this and find screen range? What the hell? So transform precision.x. Nearby stars. Okay, yeah, so I have no idea what this is. It's not important. I can just go and remove this. Star spawning counter is being used by this, so I can just remove this too. Okay. Hyperspeed, particle system, blah blah blah. So yeah. Yeah, this whatever. Stars. Okay, so I have stars outside screen. Okay, load data. Where is this? Here, okay. Okay. So there's a lot of okay. Let me remove this this thing. So this is also not needed, it seems like. Okay. Okay. What else do we have? Spawn rate, screen radius. This is not used anymore. Max visible C. This is used, I think. So now I'm going to uncomment this. Okay. So yeah, we have this, which is, I don't know what this is. Start spawning counter. Okay. Then we have this. Let's just do this. Okay. If it's invisible bounds. Okay, so what is invisible bounds? Okay. And then oh yeah, okay. That's fine. Set in front. I think this is no longer needed because I was using this for whatever. I think Starfield UI is going to have a couple errors because of this. Yeah. Set in front. Oh, maybe I do need. Yeah, I do need that because. Yeah. Anyways, back here, set decoration star. So that doesn't exist. Set star. Okay, so that's the new name. Set star. And then, what is it asking for? Okay, CPOS and all sectors. Star spawn position. Blah blah blah. Okay. Initial position. Transform sprite. Perfect. Move velocity. Blah blah blah. Okay. So this is also not needed. Those parentheses. That's awesome. Okay. Okay. Perfect. There's a couple things that are hard-coded, but that's fine. init saved. Okay, properties. So so I think yeah, let's just leave this for now, because I am thinking that maybe I need rend.material equals new material, and then you set the color here. Yeah, I think spawn position. Yeah, maybe I can just use what's this? Okay, so maybe instead of this, I can just use properties. So what's this? Has properties. Okay, do I need that though? I don't think so. Limmer. Okay. So where am I like grabbing this? So this is going to throw some null references. So I'm thinking that maybe this should be called like set decoration star, because like or maybe just yeah, thinking how can I manage this. Yeah, let's just here I only have that error, so aside of that everything is fine, I think. So so you know what, maybe this should not be like this. Maybe I should set the travel speed. Okay, so then we basically say this. Okay, and we can erase this, and we can basically remove this, and here we can basically have another public void travel to constellation, which is travel to constellation. Anyways, let's do this right now, and then here I can just do Neptune dot animation for like, let's say 5 seconds, or maybe we also should have this as a variable, I think. Serialized field, load travel time. So yeah, travel time. Let's also set some initial values to this. Let's say 1 here, and here let's say, or maybe 2, and travel time is going to be 4 seconds. And then we're going to say set is now now we need, oh, where did I have my curves? Gizmo testing. So where's my curve? It's not here where I used the curve. Where's curve? Okay, this is what I need. Okay, so here set is dot expo. Yeah, I'll expo. I think is the thing I need, and then set loop set is on an update, and then here I can do the and then yeah. So animation travel time. Oh yeah. This doesn't go here. This is my own. Basically, this is my own twinning system, and I haven't been using it for a long time. And yeah, you can see I forgot a couple things. So, anyways, this is going to be T, and like this, okay, and then this is going to be float T, and that's it. So now I can say manage decoration stars T, and then set move decoration stars. Okay, so basically that's fine. That's great. So, let's see first. I need to. Okay, so let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. First, of course, I need to basically do something like. Let's say editor, okay, and let's say serialized field, bool, editor, test travel, okay. So whenever I press that, we can do that, and I need to see if the animation is going to play nicely. Okay, so travel speed, blah blah blah. Okay, start field properties, whatever. Let's see what happens. Okay, and let's do this. No reference. Okay. So yeah, like how I expected. Yup. Here I would basically need to. That's the thing that yeah, let's just use like random range between that and blah blah blah. Yeah, let's use this for now. Next double, okay. Random range, and I don't need to use this. Okay. And I don't need to use so many parentheses. And I can also remove this. Okay. Okay. Okay, perfect. So now I should not get those errors, I guess. I think. let's see now what happens. Okay. Really? Okay. Yeah. Okay. 0.01. Okay, I have no idea what's happening. What the hell? What the hell is happening here? Okay. Yeah, this didn't go like this didn't go how I expected it to go at all. So oh yeah, so maybe this was like oh yeah, I think this needs to be 1. Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. I think this should not be used right now. Yep. Yep. Anyways, I don't think that's going to fix it. I have to go through everything to see what the hell is happening. Because I don't understand at all. So what is this? Can I select this? Nope. Stars. Okay, so okay, so that's the only star that's going. That's what the hell, man? Okay. I really have no idea what's happening. So what happens if I set 0 to this? Yeah, this is like spawn rate 70. 1? Yeah, I think this should be 70. Okay. And then travel speed. But this is the only one that's doing anything. Yeah. Oh man. Let's do this. And yeah, I will need to create this from scratch, I think. That's really a shame. Let's set this to 1 for now. So this is going to basically create 1 star per second, okay? why is this 15? I have no idea. And where am I using J? I don't understand what's happening. What the hell? Yeah, this is really weird. This is really weird. I don't understand, like... So it does like... What? So it does this like 15 times? Okay. So is this like the amount of stars? I have no idea, man. Set star, okay, and then if it's invisible bounds, stars I don't move, travel speed, okay. So here, X and Y are being remapped, okay, divided by Z, and it goes from 0 to this, and from 0 to this. Transform dot position plus equals this multiplied by this multiplied by velocity. So maybe velocity needs to be much higher. I think that's one of the things I need. Okay, so why is it moving? Okay, so does this make any sense at all? Yeah, I think maybe what I need is to make the travel speed much faster, because maybe they are not moving like at all. Well, I don't think so, because it's like yeah, let's put like a really big number. Okay. Let's set this much higher too, and let's start again. It's not moving at all. It's not moving. So, what the hell? Initial position, okay, Z boss. Where am I setting the Z position? Set star, Z boss is max visible Z, okay. Max visible Z. And here, what am I doing with this? What the hell, man? What the hell is this? So maybe if I do this, for example, all sectors, so let's say int Also, I can say float x offset equals this. Okay, and then, yeah, y offset. Okay. That's much more readable already, but so stars count. If stars is invisible bounds, see, so if position.c, it's minus max z. What's max z? Oh, so max z. Yeah. Oh man. So where the hell did I improve and fix for blah blah blah? Okay, let me see. Did I modify it right here? Maybe I removed something that I needed. Yeah, so the star script, max z. Where's... Yeah, this is impossible to read, man. So, what's max z? I have no idea what that number should be. Man, max visible z, maybe? Yeah. Oh, maybe max z is z pos. Maybe that's what I needed to do. Let's see. Okay. So max visible z is 9. Let's see now what happens. Let's see. Okay. Okay, so something is happening now. Spawn rate. So if I say, let's say 50. Yeah, that's what it's supposed to happen. Okay. Yeah. Okay, that's perfect. That's completely perfect. So what happens if I crank the numbers up? Is it like going to be really broken? I don't think so. So I can say just 100 spawn rate. That looks fine. Yeah, maybe it's too crowded. So maybe 50 is fine. Or maybe even 10. Yeah, 10 is like... So this number can go up and down. Let's make this like much... Yeah. And travel speed. What happens if I set 1? Okay, perfect. Okay. So now I can say 40 here, for example. Travel speed on 2 is fine. Travel time 4, I think it's too short, so maybe 7 seconds. Max visible C, that's fine. Okay. So now, what I need basically every star is just whatever. It's not like yeah, so I should be basically using yeah, because I don't think I should be using this to save the decoration stars. So I think this should be set decoration star, okay, or maybe background star. Anyways, let's just call it like that. Set starfield star, let's call it set starfield star. Okay, that's better. And this is fine, okay, and then sprite. Okay, so properties. We're not going to be using properties for this. The color is going to be selected from okay, so the color is going to be given here. And the color here is going to be a random color, which yeah, you know what, I think this should be given, like not given, this should be set by this object. So this can be random.range. Do I have something like get random color? Yeah, so I can do that, I think. Where am I using this? Palette.get random color. So I think I need to do this and get random color. Oh man, I need to do Lemur, really? What if I say no? Then I can use if Lemur is not null, you can use Lemur, but not then I'm going to say if not, then I'm going to basically use random.range. And same thing. Okay, so this is the other way around. Perfect. So yeah, so I don't know why I use this. Well, I suppose I can. Yeah, but it doesn't make any sense to be creating a new instance of this every time, so that's fine. So yeah, get random color and that's perfect, I think. So basically, we should be able to see the stars with different colors right now. So let's see what happens. Let's expand this a little bit, like this, and like this, and like this. So do that. Yeah, that's much better already. So we can see like, yeah, that's really cool. And now the other thing I want to do, so I'm going to end the stream in a bit, but before, like the last thing I want to do is basically define when I am moving this, so this value, it goes from 0 to 1. I think the spawn rate should go, should do some kind of like, yeah, I can hard code this. And also there are like a lot of things that are hard coded right now, which is fine because I don't need to be defining anything right now. We are basically prototyping this until it gets cool. So once we get to a point where it looks okay, then we're going to be, yeah. So first I want to test this because I have no idea what this is doing. And oh, you know what? Maybe this. So spawn rate, what is this? Spawn rate. Oh. So every time it was spawning just 15 stars. So now it's going to only spawn 1. Let me see. Let me see if that's the correct thing I'm thinking of. So let's do this. Okay, so much less stars appear, but if I crank this much higher, well, yeah, this needs to get into like a really big number, I think. So this is 70. Okay. Yeah. Every time I press this, is basically going to do that faster and faster and faster. So yeah. 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 So this was basically doing something so that it was ensuring that this was basically spawning like more every time, because it can be spawned, okay, and sometimes so yeah, this would basically grab like the first star and then just break. So maybe instead of doing that, I should do something like having let me think about this, because like the thing is, yeah, this should spawn like so yeah, I could do something really simple here, which is basically saying like int count equals 0, and then just count plus plus, and then here we can say if count is bigger than 15, then break. We could do that. So with this, we basically ensure so yeah, int total stars to spawn equals random range. Yeah, this is basically what I should do. 1 and let's say 15, for example. And then, so if count is this, then you break, okay? So yeah, that's basically going to ensure that we get like a spawning, like an organic spawning of stars. Let's see that, if that works. Then I should manage that in some more organic way, I think. But for now, this is going to be fine. Let's see. So I start this. Okay. Yeah, this is totally fine. This is basically spawning like, let's say spawn rate to 10. Yeah, that's awesome. If I crank this up, yeah, that's totally fine. 70 is already too much. So 40, I think it's a good number. And then what I want to do is basically move this value like up and down. So that's going to basically make more stars spawn. So like when you're traveling, the idea is to have like places, like moments of like a lot of stars and then less stars. So that can feel more organic, and it can the idea is that it feels like you're traveling through like patches of stars, because like, yeah, like stars are not distributed evenly through the universe. So when you travel, you will get like sections where there are like a couple stars, like a really small number of stars, and then some other places where you see a lot of stars, and then that will give some kind of a better like look. So we could do that by basically multiplying this by another number, which can be this. But this should not be this, so this should be like some, for example, spawn rate factor is going to be ping pong, for example, or yeah, we could do like utilities.remap. Hurling noise, and we're going to use t and t again. Okay, so it goes like diagonally. Yeah, it doesn't matter. And then we can do something like we can remap this noise that goes from 0 to 1 into like, or maybe we could just use that. Yeah, I don't think we need to remap anything, basically. Yeah, I think that's going to be enough, I think. Spawn rate factor, okay. Then here we can say this. Okay, so this is going to be fun, I think. Oh yeah, so maybe like so yeah, I'm thinking that maybe I need to say x equals anyways, doesn't matter really. I can just say, let's just say this for now. Let's put it to 1, so it's going to be whatever. And then what I wanted to do was basically modify this speed by t. Okay, so float t, okay, is going to be travel speed multiplied by t. And then, like, in reality, what's going to happen is this is going to so this goes from 0 to 1, okay? So like this should have like this should be t, but in reality here I would need like a different curve. So let's do that curve. Serialize field, animation curve, travel curve. Okay, so instead of doing this, I'm going to do this. And now, okay, now t is going to go from 0 to 1 and then to 0 again. Okay, so you know what? I could use yeah, I could use like the expo, I think, but I would need to remap. Yeah, you know what? I can do. Is going to be utilities.helpers.remap t that goes from 0 to 1, and this is going to go from 1 to 0. Okay, so I think, yeah, maybe this should be like a lerp, really, the lerp from 1 to 0, and t is going to be the value. Okay, and then I'm going to say speed factor. Now, out expo means that we start so we go to 1 really fast. Okay, no, the thing is, I think this should be in expo, I think. Let's see what happens. Let's see. Okay. So what should happen is basically we start at full speed and then it starts like slowing down. So that should be the thing that happens. Let's see. Okay, yeah, it worked. It worked. So yeah, I think that's fine. But we can use like a different curve because it's, yeah, I feel like it should stop, like it should maybe like the animation should be longer. Yeah, let's say like 15 maybe. And so yeah, 15 seconds is maybe it's a lot, maybe 12 seconds. Let's see. Let's play and see how it looks like. Yeah, I would like it, like I would like to see it like slowing down much more. So yeah, we will have to use like a different curve. But this is already like looking good, so that's great. I'm going to yeah, I like nothing, like either of this is done basically. Nothing, I didn't do anything of this, but I did progress on the star field itself, so that's great. So I think we can end the stream right now. So that's going to be the stream for today. Okay, so maybe I will be streaming tomorrow. Like it should be the case, but yeah, I don't want to promise anything, but we should be able to go back to the normal schedule, which is Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday. Ideally, that's the ideal schedule. I will not always stick to the schedule, but yeah. Anyways, I will see if I can stream tomorrow, and if I do, then I will see you there. But if not, I will see you in the next stream. But before that, don't forget to join the Discord. And yeah, so there you can get notifications for when I go live. And you can also share your stuff there, your art, your music, your games, your anything. So be sure to check out Discord and join, say hi, and that's gonna be it for today. So thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next stream.